Hey everybody, welcome to day 205 of the Building a Better Cupcake. 365 days of me kicking over my tripod and making a mess. Building a better cupcake, I don't know. Yeah, it's a day, guys. I've been having a series of them, but I've been promising myself for a while that I would start a Whole30, and last night, well, actually a couple days ago when I told you guys I was going to, I was like, well, I told all 7 people that watch my vlog that I need to do this Whole30, so I'm gonna do it. So today was day 1. This is the most half-assed start to a Whole30 that I have ever done, and I have started some where I lasted like 2 meals in. I have successfully completed 6 rounds. This is number 7. This is gonna be successful number 7. Successful number 7. I like that. But I literally did not go shopping. I went and picked up my box at my CSA box from the farmer's market. And I picked up some eggs, and I did not buy bread like I always do at the farmer's market every week. And that was pretty much my preparation. I do not recommend that. I do not recommend surprising yourself with a Whole30 like, oh, surprise, it's Monday, we're gonna Whole30 now. But you have nothing in the cabinets. Yeah, I don't recommend it. But I managed to make it all the way through today, and I did pick up 1 or 2 things. I got some coconut aminos. Those are my favorite, and they're the sugarless kind. It's basically, from what I understand, the sap of a coconut tree, which somehow magically tastes kind of like soy sauce. But if you cook mushrooms in it long enough, then it ends up being tasty. Anyway, so let's talk about Whole30 for a quick second. For those of you who are unfamiliar with the Whole30, or those of you who don't understand that Whole30 is not really all that restrictive, except tells you not to eat crap. Like, really, honestly, don't eat fast food. That's a basic tenet. But I pulled out my big Whole30 book because I always forget one thing. So here's the guidelines. Basic stripped down version. Yes, meat, good meat, not like cheap, gross, hormone-laden, disgusting. Seafood, eggs, veggies, fruits, and natural fats. And by natural fats, they mean things like olive oil or ghee, which is clarified butter, not butter. Avocados, nuts contain some really good fats. I like the cashew butter from Trader Joe's, although I hear they changed the formula, so I'm gonna have to, and I'm almost out anyway, so I'm gonna have to go check. But that's the basic thing of it. Don't drink soda. Don't consume sugar of any kind. So that means no maple syrup, no like date sweetened magical wonderland of coffee. That's actually my second round of Whole30 is when I started drinking my coffee black, and I prefer it black. I like good coffee. I don't want your McDonald's garbage. No offense, McDonald's, you make garbage coffee. No alcohol, which I just bought a 6-pack of my favorite beer 2 days ago and did not drink any, so it's literally sitting and staring at me in the face every time I open up the fridge, which is genius of me. Don't eat grains, don't eat legumes, don't eat dairy. I'm literally reading this off the book and trying to not look like I'm reading it off the book, like I'm some kind of smarty pants, but I'm just reading it off the, here is what you do. Don't eat carrageenan, MSG, or added sulfites. Don't recreate baked goods, so no paleo bread, none of that. No pancakes. I had pancakes last night and spent half my night throwing up, so I think I'm okay with that. And do not step on the scale or take measurements. That's one of the hardest ones for me. Although I don't own a scale anymore, so it's really not that hard. And I don't really measure myself all that often, so maybe it's not gonna be that hard this round, because I did have a scale when I did the round at the beginning of the year when we started off the 365 days of cupcake blog challenge, whatever. But yeah, so today the biggest struggle was, number one, I was exhausted. And I had a couple of opportunities to eat crap. Like, I have leftover pizza in there from last week, which I shouldn't eat anyway. And I sat there and stared at it for a good 5 minutes before I was like, do I really want to be sick? Do I really want to eat this? And it wasn't that good to begin with. And leftover, I don't think it's even going to be good. No, I don't. So I threw it out. We were down to, it's CSA season. So CSA is community supported agriculture, and basically what we do is we pay a certain amount every week. We go to our favorite organic farmer. Her name is Rosalind. She runs a farm called Rabbit Fields Farm, and she gives us a giant Rubbermaid tote full of produce. Right now our fridge is full of like soft garlic, so it's not like the dried kind, and I'm not really sure what to do with it. I've got a butt ton of garlic scapes I need to make some pesto with, although I don't know what to put the pesto on. Maybe eggs, I don't know. There's a lot of zucchini. It's zucchini season. A lot of lettuce. I think I have some pea shoots in there. Pea shoots are really excellent if you chop them up and like put them on top of your eggs. It's really good. I did not stock up on mushrooms this week, which I'm going to be sad. Although, because they have so much vitamin D in them, I tend to not eat as much mushrooms during the summer, because during the winter, I will go through probably 2 to 3 pints of the shiitakes that I can get from our friends at Cascadia Mushroom at the farmer's market. I can go through 2 or 3 pints of those a week, because during the winter I'm not getting outside and I'm not getting sunshine. But during the summer I tend to slow down a little bit on my mushroom consumption. But our fridge was already full of really good stuff. However, there is pudding shoved in there somewhere, and sugary salsa and sour cream and butter and all sorts of things that I shouldn't eat while I'm on the Whole30, that I choose not to eat while I'm on the Whole30. And I can do this. I know I can. I've done it before. And I'm doing it rather inexpensively. I've ordered a butcher box to get us through probably most of the 28 days, or 28 days, the 30 days. It's got Whole30 compliant bacon in this round, so I'm kind of excited about that. I'll put a link down below if you check out the video description where you can check out Butcher Box, and if you decide to get your own Butcher Box, you'll actually get a free package of bacon. It's about 10 ounces of Whole30 compliant bacon, which is like a unicorn and really hard to find. But today was a hard day. Today was a hard day, and I think the reason that this round is going to be the hardest is this is the last round of Whole30 I'm ever going to do. This is the last round I want to do. I have done Whole30 enough that I should know better than to be like, it's day 31. I'm going to go shove my face full of sugar and cake. And the point of Whole30 isn't for you to turn around and have to do another Whole30 all over again. It's not for you to have to do Whole30s every, 15 days. It's not for you to have to redo it. The whole point of Whole30 is to reteach your body how to eat properly, because I have subsisted on fast food for far too long, and I am far heavier than I would like to be. And I find it really hard to move because I'm carrying around a lot of extra Libby. There's a lot. I mean, this is the heaviest I've ever been in my life. And I don't want to be like this anymore. And this is the last round of Whole30 I'm ever going to do. Because after this is done, I am going to build the self-esteem and the self-control. I will have the good basis. Sorry, my phone just reminded me that my battery is super low. Have a good base for me to build on. So yes, I can have cake from the Pure Bliss Desserts place because it's freaking amazing, but I only want a couple of bites, and then I can, share it with a friend, or, put it in the fridge and share it with my kids or not have to eat an entire piece of cake. And when I go to Pure Bliss, I buy one piece of cake, I eat part of it, and then I move on with my life. I don't buy 3 different pieces of cake, eat one there, take one home, eat that one later that night, and then the next day eat the 3rd piece. Because I don't want to be like this anymore. This is not me. I don't know what I've done. And I know exactly what I've done. I've eaten 3 pieces of cake a couple of times. This is a really embarrassing thing to put on the internet, but I ate my feelings so I didn't have to deal with them. That's what I did. I was dealing with a lot of really complex stuff. My whole life flipped upside down several different times. And instead of dealing with the emotions that created, I ate them. Or I put in more food to shove them down. And I don't want to do that anymore. I just don't. So that's what Whole30 is, and thanks, I've talked for a badillion years, but that's what Whole30 means to me. It means I get the tools to take better care of myself so that I can last longer for my kids. So before I start crying, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. But thank you so much for watching today. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to leave me a comment and let me know if you've done a Whole30 or if you're doing a Whole30 right now. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And you have an amazing rest of your day. We will see you again tomorrow. Talk a little bit more about Whole30 again, but probably for a less amount of time. Yep. Bye.